Hi everyone, Mark Collins Explorers here, and today I'm in County Tipperary to show you the abandoned military trench, Saunders Lodge, the abandoned Forest House and the Lough Curra cave. It's a shame this place isn't signposted, as not only is it part of local history, but Irish history also. I've met many people that walk in the Glen of Lough and they don't even know about this military trench. I'll put the location of this in the description box below, as the pin is on Google Maps, which is great, which took them long enough. So you can see how steep it is. So you would definitely need good footwear and even climbing poles or hill walking poles, I mean. I won't record the whole way up now because it'd be boring. That's how steep it is. That's where I started, right there. I'm now at the top of the military trench. Please be careful when walking up here. Look how close that is to drop. As you can see, it is very overgrown, which is a shame. It wouldn't cost much to maintain it. So anyway, this trench was built before World War I and was used as a rifle range, not only by the Irish military but also the British military when stationed in nearby Tipperary town. So that's known as a butt, and there's the trench all along there. So the targets would have approached from this side on rails. Then down the steps. The ceiling's coming away, which is a shame. It badly needs to be saved, as in maintained before it's too late. Be a shame to see this collapse. It's a large size butt. I presume they were air vent holes. Both of those. The size of the door that would have been there. You can see how much was just falling away from around the windowsill. Let's take a look at the side of it. There's writing on the wall here. What's that say? R-E-L-L, is it, at the end of it? Couldn't be on since first day, is it? It's nice to see though. I was told by a local person that there used to be leftover shells here many years ago. It would be so nice to find one of those, wouldn't it? There's Tipperary town away into the distance there. Beautiful view from up here. You can't even see the front of the bunker, or the boat, I mean. That's a total shame. The soldiers would have easily seen the targets coming from here. A nice bit of history that remains here. Can someone let me know in the comments, is there many more of these around in Ireland? I would love to know. Oh, it seems like that's the end of the explore of the trench and boat. I'll just have a down the line view of it, just to give you an idea of the depth of it. When you look at it from up here, the soldiers were well hidden. I don't know why Quilta or some group can't maintain it. Judging by the height of that trench, I'd say that's at least 7 foot tall. There's a better view of it. As I've mentioned already, please be very careful when coming up here. Don't be in any way distracted. There isn't much of an edge there, like. So you've only this much to walk past, like. Which isn't much. I noticed a small little building on the way up, so I'll take a look at that when I get to the bottom. Whether it has any significance to the bunker or not, or the bus or not, I don't know. But there's no harm in looking in it. This little thing looks like a hut or something. Wow, how overgrown that is. That's worse than the boat above. I can't walk in closer to that, can I? Oh, it's not worth it. Let's close that inside. Yeah, it looks like a shelter hut, I think. Right, then now over to the abandoned house in a place called Glencush. came across this poor little injured baby deer, which is sad to see. He got injured running across the road. His mother took off, but he's lost now since. So hopefully I can help him somehow. So here he is, the poor little fella. Okay, budgie. Hopefully I can find some other deer that he can mix with. His mother's gone missing. Say hello. So anyway, the update on the baby deer is I had to bring him down in the car because he collapsed on the road again a few times. Thankfully he stayed very calm on the car. I'm in some shock, little did I know that I have a baby deer in the car today. What are the chances of that happening? So anyway, he drank a load of water from me out of the bottle. I was able to hold him and give him the water. So he's had to take off since into the woods, and please God he'll find his family. Now anyway, on with the explore. Up to the abandoned house. What a day. Now the elderly woman I spoke to in the area told me this house is abandoned before she was born, and she's in her late 70s. So your guess is as good as mine as to how long this house is abandoned. It's in a very, very remote area, which I'll show you now. The hiking trail is along there. Got the beautiful mountains up there. What a nice view that is. And the nearest neighbour to this house, well, you couldn't even say a neighbour, is down by the car park, which is down that direction, which is a good mile from here. Fine logs of timber. Right, look how old it is. It really stands out compared to the houses of today. The galvanised roof is still fairly intact. Some of the window frames are still intact, which is very surprising. Let's have a look at the outside of it first. As you can see, it's well deteriorated. Our fireplace. Can someone tell me what the purpose of this square hole is? The wall switches might help in telling the age of the house. There's the main station room. As you can see, it's a dumping ground now. fireplace. It's not a colour I like in a house personally. That's one of the bedrooms. Yellow ceiling. Coat rack hanger. So I flick something down anyway. One of the bedrooms. Jesus, the wall's really breaking away. It was just an elderly man living in this house. Can someone let me know what year did these type of switches come in? Hooks in the ceiling, which you probably would have hung rabbits off of. That's the way it was years ago. You would rely on catching rabbits or pheasants to put food on the table, which didn't do people any harm. The old traditions. Same with the nettle soup. A lot of people still have that to this day. I'll go up along the side of the house. A little roadway up along. Nice old stone wall. It's amazing how they stay so intact with the roots of trees going down through it. This was his backyard. The backyard wall hinges along here. But there's a roadway up along leading to the field. Oh, it's so overgrown here. God only knows how much the house cost to build back then. Back in the 1950s or 40s, whenever it was built. There's nothing else to see here, so I'll go down this way. See, that door still nice and solid. The electrical line going to the house, which thankfully is cut off for safety. There's a foundation here. So there could have been possibly another house here, or maybe a garage. Some of the wall still remains there. I'll go down along the other side of that and see is there anything of interest. How beautiful is that to look at every morning? Doesn't look too much so far. What's that, a wheel rim is it? Or maybe it's half a barrel. Don't know. Ah, no way, car parts. I wonder what these are off of. What make and model of car. If someone can let me know in the comments, that would be great. Jesus. Steering wheel. The rack. Chrome door handle. Which is still in fairly good condition for its age. Mud guard off a bike. Wiring low. It just goes to show what's left in the forest. You just never know until you go looking. Looks like a drive shaft. Boundary wall goes all the way down to the river. Now this is one of those days full of surprises. The rear panels. It's beautiful here today with a light breeze. Now we're seeing the explorer of this house. On my way now to Saunders Lodge. So at least you're going to see exactly where it is today. Before those signs. Take a left down here. This is very overgrown. Normally you'd see the chimney. Just to show it you better up the path. And down in there. We go straight down here now. I don't know the history behind this lodge. I've asked local people even and they don't know either. Which is strange. I think myself it was for a gamekeeper. Someone to keep an eye on the wildlife in the forest. As I can't see no other reason for it. It's absolutely beautiful. Very surprisingly stood up to the weather very well over the years. Remains of a chimney. With the weight of that chimney breast. Inscribing on it there. Oh, a shocked and see. It's probably the person that built it. Nice feature. I'll just get my torch, head straight inside in. Sheet of galvanised missing there, easy to replace. Looks like there would have been a stove here. You can see the vent hole there. It reminds you of the house you'd see in I'm a Celebrity. No treats in here, unfortunately. It's quite warm inside in it. What it is. I am now going to the cave, which is on the left side of this clip. This cave is known as Dan Breen's Cave, who was a volunteer in the Irish Republican Army during the Irish War of Independence and the Irish Civil War, and in later years a Fianna Fáil politician. This cave was one of his hideout points when he was wanted in connection to the death of 2 RIC officers, and there was a reward put up of £1,000 for his capture, and later it went to £10,000. More information on Dan Breen will be in the description below. Oh, hope you can see that. When I first saw the entrance, I'd love to go the whole way in and see is it a dead end. As far as I'm getting, not a good sign of the animal skulls in here, so there's no way I'm coming face to face with a badger or a fox. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around the lake and see if I can find another way in if possible. Now there's no guarantee I'll find another opening, but I'll do my best. Have a look at the Lough Curra map before I go. Difficulty moderate to hard. It's very suitable for beginners also. The ground is soft all the way up. There's just a small few rocks near the lake, but other than that it's perfectly fine. Just to make people aware, you can drive a lot of the way up, so it's very handy for someone that can't walk too far, and especially when people are tired afterwards, you can have someone come up and collect you, which is an added bonus, especially in a warm day. You also have Lake Dji here as well, which is across from Lake Curra. Some people call it Lough. Family Forest Walk is 4.1 miles and the Lough Curra Walk is 5.8 miles. There isn't too much in the difference, to be honest. Now the history and the Galties. Hopefully that's in focus. I'm trying to judge it off the pocket camera. You can take a screenshot of it anyway to read it in your own time. Just to let people know as well, you've caravan camping within the area in the Glen of Arlo and a place called Ballinaccorty. Both beautiful places to stay from what I'm told. And not too far away from here you have a place called Lake Muskerry, which is a beautiful place to see as well. It's very rocky though. It's well worth coming here for a few days as there's so much to see. The military trench you've seen is in the Glen of Arlo, which isn't too far from Glencush. And the abandoned houses on the path up to Glencush, as you've seen already. Or the path up to Lough, I mean. You could go it. Look at the hair on this one. That's the end of the Explorer. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been one crazy video between the goats and the deer. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.